Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham Reka Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us the truth and who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the Akim that are spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Quatas of Zion, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai with another lesson, with another video, and Lord willing, this video is edifying. Gone. So in this episode, I want to go into some news that I came across, and that was this. I'm going to translate it into the English. So like, bear with me for a second. I don't know why it's not doing this. It's supposed to change into English. That's weird. Let me try this another way. Yeah, let me try this one. Kansalakia. So there's an article on inflation in the Netherlands reaches highest point since 2002. And it reads, figures from Statistics Netherlands CBS have revealed that the inflation in the Netherlands has reached its highest point in almost 20 years. In October 2021, the prices of goods and services were 3.4% higher than in October 2020. Cost of living in the Netherlands continues to rise. You might have noticed that over the past few months, life in the Netherlands has gotten considerably more expensive, but information from CBS shows precisely how much difference 1 year has had to the prices of goods and services across the country. Inflation in the Netherlands has been steadily rising since the summer, and according to CBS, is reaching 3.4% in October, its highest level since April 2002. October also saw key manufacturers warn that the price of a weekly shop will also continue to rise, thanks to higher production and transportation costs. You see, so if one of the things that is rising, and it's going to say here, is the gas. Prices of gas and electricity. And if gas rises, then transportation rises, and then the products rise also. So you see the prices of the products. So shop will also continue to rise, thanks for the higher production and transportation costs. This year had already seen the prices of a number of items, namely beer and personal care products, rise by 6.5%. Effect of energy crisis on the prices of Dutch goods and services. These recent price hikes can be attributed to a number of factors, but had largely come about as a result of the rising prices of gas and electricity across Europe, as well as rising fuel prices and the increased cost of clothing. CBS also notes that the effects of the corona something P, I don't want to say it in my video or else it might be taken down, so the C19 on the cost of living, highlighting the fact that government restriction resulted in a change in the public spending habits which will continue to have knock-on effects for inflation levels in 2021. So this article states that in the past 20 years, you know, this is the highest inflation that the Dutch have in October 2020. And through the spirit, when you have an inflation, that's going to lead to higher prices, and the higher prices are going to lead up to a famine, because if they can't produce or deliver these products, then how are the shelves going to be filled? And if the shelves are not going to be filled, that means there's a famine. That means stores are not going to be supplied. You see? So there's a famine being engineered, actually, because last year the government was also euthanizing livestock. The government was also burning vegetables and stuff that they couldn't deliver. So this is all part of their agenda to make up a famine, a shortage, inflation, to crash the market. And when that happens, all hell's gonna break loose. You see, they're gonna slowly but steadily make a chaotic situation, and after that chaotic situation, they're gonna come with a solution, and that solution, you already know where that's heading towards. You know, that's the NWO that they've been working on. You know, so not to go too much off topic, the focus of this lesson is that the inflation is going to cause a famine, and famine has been spoken about in the Bible, because contrary unto popular belief, the Bible is a very up-to-date book. You know, it's a prophetic book. There are things written in the Bible that still need to come to pass. Let's go to the book of Matthew 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, meaning the Ishmaelite is going to fight against the Edomite. The Edomite is going to fight against the Elamite. The Elamite is going to fight against the Moabite. You know, every nation is going to be against one another. You know, the national supremacists, they are going to fight the other supremacists and extremists. You see? Because the Esau Edom is saying that Ishmael is a terrorist, but Esau Edom is a terrorist, which Esau Edom is the so-called white man, and Ishmael is these Arabs. You know, they are fighting one another, and both of them are terrorists to one another, because the white man is a terrorist to the Ishmaelite, to the Arab, and the Arab is shown to be a terrorist in movies and in propaganda from Esau, to be a terrorist against the white man in America. So nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. So these smaller countries are going to be fighting one another, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. You see, so there's going to be famines. You already have a famine in Venezuela. You know, Haiti is also, being hit by earthquakes, and their country is also devastated. You see? But now it's also going to come to America and to Europe, these famines and pestilences. The earthquakes are already here, because the greed of Esau Edom is that he's sucking out all the lubricant between these tectonic plates. The oil, the fossil fuel, that's the lubrication between the tectonic plates. And if you remove that, that's going to cause friction, and the friction causes earthquakes. You see? So this is a prophecy that still needs to come to pass, but you're seeing that there's already coming an uproar of people in Europe, in America, all over the world. You know, there's a violent uprising from the people against the government, from the governing body that is not really for the people, but they have their own hidden agenda. You see? So the famine is going to come. These are red letters, so these are the words of Yahweh, which that's the person that everybody ignorantly calls Jesus. And he's going to come and save his people, which are the Israelites, because there's only spoken about the Israelites. That he's going to save the world of Israel. And the Israelites are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. So let's go to the book of Revelations. Let's go to the scriptures of the horses. This is Revelation 6, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on it was Death, meaning famine. And hell followed with him, meaning hell is a bad situation. So if everywhere that there's famine, there's people are in agony. People are in a bad situation. So his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. You see? So there's going to be killing with the sword, and there's going to be people dying from hunger, which is the famine, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. So these beasts of the earth, they are also vexed. They are also going to do some killing in the last days. You see? Gone. So let's go to the book of Lamentations. Lamentations 4, verse 9. Because it's not, as we just read in Revelation 6, hell followed him, meaning calamity, meaning bad situation, meaning, despair, discomfort, So it's not a light thing to die by famine, to die by hunger. So this is what the scripture says, Lamentations 4, verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. See? So it's better to die instantly with the sword than to die of hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. See? For these pine away, they fade away, bit by bit, chip by chip. They're just being chipped away at them. Let's see. For they pine away, which is, the root word is zawap. In the outline of biblical use, it says to flush, to gush, to issue, discharge, to flush, to gush. Yeah, man. To flux, flowing, to waste away. Yeah. So these people, they waste away. It's like the clips that you always see on television from these so-called Africans, these Hamites. They wither away, they waste away. They can't even lift up an arm to swat away a fly. See? So it's better to die by the sword than to die by hunger or by famine. But nevertheless, this is going to come. And on who is going to come? It's going to come on the wicked of the world, the wicked of our nation, and these other nations, these heathen. Let's go to the book of Psalms 37. Let's see. Let me just go to the point. Psalms 37, verse 19. They shall not, let me start at 18. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, which are the righteous, and their inheritance shall be forever gone, as the Most High, as Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had promised, had swore upon himself that he's gonna give the kingdom of heaven unto the righteous of Israel, you know, and they are gonna be ruling forever with Yahushai. You see? So, verse 19, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, which the evil time, Eve is means time and ill means bad. So in the bad times they shall not be ashamed, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. See? So the Most High, there's going to be a famine here upon the earth, but the servants of the Most High, the upright, the righteous, they shall not famish. They shall not be suffering in this famine. They are going to be satisfied. See? That's what the Most High promised. Let's go also to the book of Isaiah, Isaiah 65. God, this is Isaiah 65, verse 13. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. God, so these are the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. These are the words of the Most High, that his servants are going to eat in the time of hunger, that these other nations are going to be hungry. The servants of the Most High are going to eat. They're going to be satisfied. They're going to be full. They're going to be content. You see? Let's go to Isaiah 51. Verse 19. God, so this is Isaiah 51, verse 19. These two things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction, and the famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? God, so this is the Most High speaking unto Israel, because they have been going to these other nations to worship their gods. You see? So that's why the Most High sent these things upon them. Destruction and desolation, and famine and the sword. And it's going to happen again with 2/3 of a people, 2/3 that don't want to repent, 2/3 in the land of America, Babylon the Great. They are going to suffer from famine and from destruction, desolation, and the sword. And this is also the case with the sons of Israel right now. You know, they are not right in their mind, standing on every corner and only drinking liquor, and mean mugging people, harassing people. So this is Isaiah 51, verse 20. Thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of the streets, of all the streets, meaning out upon the cordons, and as a wild bull in a net, they are full of the fury of the Most High, the rebuke of thy power. God, so if you look at our nation, our nation's men, they are standing on the corner in the barbershop, fainted. People don't regard them. People don't treat them with respect and with honor, and they are full of the fury of the Most High, meaning they have been brought low. They have been broken down. That's what the fury of the Most High did to them. You see? Verse 21, therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. See, you're not drunken with wine, but you're drunken with philosophies, the philosophies of these other nations. Verse 22, thus said Yahweh, thy power, and thy power that pleaded the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury, thou shalt no more drink it again. God, so this is what's going to happen. The Most High, he's going to take away that cup, which that cup is that fury, which was the rigorous slavery that we had to serve under these Edomites. And this cup is also going to pass through Esau, Edom. This cup is also going to pass through the white man. The white man is going to be our slave. They're going to be our slaves. You know, the nation of Edom, their men, their children, and their women are going to be our slaves. You see? So that cup is also going to pass through Esau, Edom. But that's going to be something that is going to happen after the famine, after the kingdom of heaven is established here upon earth. But yeah, man. So this was a topic that I wanted to go into. That this inflation that's here in Holland, the 3.5%, 3.4%, is the highest in 20 years. And it's only going to keep increasing until an artificial famine is being realized, you know. But the men of the Lord, they are going to be satisfied. They are going to be prepared. How are they going to be prepared? They are going to be prepared spiritually. They are doing the works of the Most High right now. And later, they're going to reap the benefits. You see? They that sow in tears are going to reap with joy. See? That's what the scriptures say. So with that, I hope this video is edifying. And I want to say, Kal Halal Yimla, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem Reka Kodash, Shalom Akim.